6:30, you see a guy that looks like that. Get his attention. Tell him you want to be in the zone, and hey, I'll tell you what, we will put you right there in the zone. You can join me every Wednesday night, so just holler up at any cameraman you see. We'll get you in there, no doubt about it. Hey, you know, one guy that is always in the zone, maybe sometimes he's in his own zone. That's our sideline reporter, Lee Turnbow, and Lee has done a little bit of work tonight. What's going on, Lee?
Yes, I have. You know, I love coming to Romeoville High School to do these football games, and I put together my top 10 reasons why WCTV loves doing Romeoville Bolingbrook Raider football games. Ready for them?
Let's go.
Here we go. Number 10, because of the Raiders' cool skull and crossbone helmets. I love those things. Number 9, the neat nicknames that I get to use all night long, the Brook and the Ville. Number 8, because I have Marcus Smith in the over 40 carries a game pool. Number 7, because it's live. Number 6, because nobody could possibly do any more OJ stuff. That's already been done. And number 5, because I'm taking bets on when Coach Winky will blow up and explode on the sidelines.
Can I get some of that?
I got some good odds on that one. And number 4, because I get to hear Max say, Jezalowski. Number 3, because the Romeoville band's cool F-troop-like uniforms. Number 2, because Cal Coleman loves being the boy in the bucket. And the number 1 reason why WCTV, why we love doing the Romeoville Bolingbrook football games, is because I get to hear Max say, Winky.
So winky.
Hey, you enjoying yourself tonight, Big Lee?
You betcha.
That was great, Lee.
Lee Turnbow, our sideline reporter, as we look across the sidelines. It's going to be a battle between Romeoville and their marching band as they come out to play. First of all, first half stats before we talk a little bit more about that first half. Marcus Smith has carried the ball 11 times for 68 yards. Now you say that's a pretty good night's work, right? Well, 62 of them came on the 1 touchdown run. Mac, they have shut down the All-Stater.
Yes, they have, and that's the key to this half. What has Phil Acton done in this halftime to regenerate and get Marcus Smith out in the open? He's got to find something real quick because their touchdowns, the way they control the ball last time, the Spartans could do the same thing the next time they get possession.
Okay, you've had 15 minutes in the locker room. Adjustments, I can't believe you would do anything differently on the Romeoville side. What's Phil Acton have to do?
Well, I think defensively he's got to bring his linebackers up and shoot them more. Offensively, he's got to find some way of keying Marcus Smith. And I would just pitch left, pitch right, and just see if Marcus Smith can really outrun the Spartan defense.
Well, you know, the one number, you know, we talk about 68 yards for Smith as we take a look at Ryan Taylor. He's put a few pops on people tonight. But the one number that jumps out at you, Marcus has only carried 11 times. Now, he's gotten the ball the majority of the time Bolingbrook has had it, but the Raiders just haven't had the ball enough.
They haven't had the ball. It's called ball control. He goes 7 minutes on one drive. The Brook gets the ball. They fumble right away. They break down. They get Spartans get the ball back in two minutes, and then control the ball for 5 or 6 more minutes.
We take a look at the Romeoville band. Next week, we will see the Lockport Porter Band as our WCTV Game of the Week. My goodness, we'll be in week number 7 next week. We will go out to Lockport, and we will see Joliet Township doing battle with the Porters. Both programs trying to pick things up a little bit. That should be a great ball game. And then the week after that, we're close to the playoffs, and it will be a playoff-type game right there on October 13th. Marion Catholic at Joliet Catholic Academy. That, Mac, will be a war.
That's for the East Suburban Catholic title right there for number 1 in their division. Both teams are probably going there undefeated.
And October 20th, we're going to hold off on that one. We've got several teams who could be involved in very important games. We will pick the best game of the night to bring you on October 20th. And, of course, it goes without saying, we will be with you all through the playoffs. And, you know, we've got some teams, 2 of them right here on this field, that could be playing well into November.
Well, I tell you, these 2, they are quality football teams. Both coaches are excellent strategists, so it's going to be interesting to see. The kicking game, I think, has been important. One that Romeoville has had a chance to get in 3 times and almost block a punt. They've had good key position on 2 of them. But the other thing are kickoffs. They're kicking the ball and getting the ball at the 40-yard line, each one of them. That's giving that offense a heck of a lot of up yardage to take the ball down the field.
Once again, we go into the Romeoville huddle prior to the second half.
One breakdown, and he puts it in the end zone just like he did. You understand?
Yeah. Let's go, dude.
12-minute quarters to understand. You swarm and pound. You swarm and pound. Let's go. Game tackle.
Hey, Lee, I've got a feeling you could play for that guy, huh? A little bit of growling action in there?
I love that Mr. Intensity, but I tell you what, halftime just got to be something else in there. But one big factor here in the second half, the wind has really picked up here. It's gusting probably 20 to 25 miles an hour from left to right as you watch it. So that's going to be a big key in the third quarter.
I thought Johnny Cochran had just entered the huddle there, was giving his final statement, and the wink was really at his best on that one.
I remind you, we bring you this action live tonight on Channel 15, and our sports coverage does not just begin and end with our game of the week. Of course, every Wednesday night live at 6:30, it's the Sports Zone, and we appreciate all the great comments we have had on the Sports Zone, and we appreciate the people that have been jumping into the zone with us. That comes to you every Wednesday night at 6:30. You know you've been with us. You know that phone calls are a big part of that one. You're a big part of the zone, and I can't wait to talk to you on Wednesday. And this game here could make for some interesting topics, so be sure to join us. Hey, we're going to be talking a little bit of karate coming up Wednesday. We're going to be talking to the Peter Claver Center Vikings. They're going to take the karate action on the road. How long of a road trip? How about to Greece? They'll be in Greece, and we will have some video highlights of, well, let's just say we're going to see some boards being broken. That's coming up on the Zone on Wednesday. And again, we took a look at those highlights at the beginning of this halftime. That's the kind of stuff you can expect right here on Channel 15 Sports. You know what? We give it to you like nobody else can here in Will County. Oh, nice warm night.
Yeah.
Shirts are off.
Oh, yeah. Hey, you know, I used to do karate.
Yeah?
I've got legs of steel.
You're talking about steel-toed shoes, huh?
Steelman legs. It's just, and Lee, you're laughing. Don't laugh.
Sometimes those legs of steel are ashen, right? Is that?
Ashy, yeah.
Somebody has picked this ball up to start the second half.
Look out. Uh-oh. One block.
That play is stretched out. Bolingbrook will have things to start it. They will start from their own 33, and they need themselves a drive here to get things going in the third quarter. Offensively for the Raiders, their offensive unit is a power-packed one. It has been held in check. It averages 38 points a game. The quarterback is Eric Cawthon. Running backs are Marcus Smith and Tony Delangel. Delangel is the fullback. Receivers, we haven't heard much from Shin Kerr, Nee Hammond, and Eric Garrett. And the offensive line of Heron, Murray, Myshek, Davi, and Rose. Smith, 2-yard gain.
Absolutely nothing. They're just going to, they say they come out and hammer the ball with Delangel leading the way. But you find that that defense, number 54, Chris Mooney down on the bottom of that pile. He and number 51, Ryan Stannis, did an excellent job of just cracking that offensive line and making only about a 2-yard gain.
It's a big offensive line, the biggest offensive line Phil Acton's ever had. 235, 190, 250, 200, and 265 across the front. Cawthon, option, late pitch Smith, Marcus Smith will get out to the 40. And he will be, about 3 yards short of a first down.
And you hit it right on the head, a late pitch. Cawthon does not have any room out there to pull his head up toward the goal line because they're stretching him out. And this is what happened the first half when they did his option. There was a fumble. Look where he's at. That's almost a forward pass.
Number 25 is Shea Poe. You know, if he sticks his hand out there, that just may stick in it.
Yeah, he may get one of those.
Well, the ball is nudged across the 40 to about the 41.
And here's a different formation for the Brook. There's a counter.
Marcus Smith.
One man.
Will get the first down. Ryan Taylor will drive him out of bounds. Was a little juke move on Eric Mays that got him there.
And that's some of the things you did at halftime. They went to a slot formation this time when counter action came back with Marcus away from the counter action and got good yardage on that. One man stopped him from breaking that a long way.
Smith carried 11 times in the first half. He's carried on the first 3 plays here of half number 2, and this run gets him a first down to his own 45. Again, Smith, hole, contact, down after a 4-yard gain, and there we see the hard-running style of Marcus Smith hitting the hole.
Well, he's just picking him up and laying him down. Now he knows he's got to carry the mail, and watch the contact he gets downfield. He's got a seam there, and he just, boom, head on head, and he wins that battle for about 4 or 5 yards.
Last week, Bolingbrook trailed at halftime to Andrew And it was a speech by Marcus Smith in the locker room at the half that fired up the Raiders. And you can bet he had something to say here at Romeoville. But the Spartan defense is going to have something to say about him getting any yards.
Well, Ryan Stanley stood up the offensive blocker, jammed him back, and when Mr. Smith looked up, he just ran right into his white jersey. Watch this. Boom, just knocked both of them down. Great job by Stanage.
3rd down and 7 coming up for the Raiders. 2 yards shy of midfield.
They're going to get Smith one-on-one on somebody on a pass.
Flag down. Caught the not a great pass. He was looking in the near side to knee Hammond, and they just have not been able to get Hammond the ball. He's a speedster that can make things happen.
And they line it up again offside. Someone lined it in the neutral zone there for Bolingbrook.
Take the penalty or the play?
Oh, take the play. It
would be 4th down. And they do.
All right. Get that ball back. You don't want to give him a second chance to let Marcus put that ball in his hand on a run.
Well, let's see if Jonathan Zembruski can block this punt. He has been on Brandon Guernsey twice tonight.
Well,
Once got called for a roughing.
You're right. I think he needs to fake a little bit more and fall down. If he just moves up, he'd get a 15-yard penalty.
No rush whatsoever. On the return, this will be Ryan Taylor.
Look out.
From the 10. Good coverage by Bolingbrook, and now the Spartans will start this in their worst field position to start a drive tonight. Player down is Brian Kohler, number 21, defensive back. He will make his way off the field. So he would want to stay in defensively, and I guess he will. Matt Jeselowski will move out to direct the offense for Romeoville. The last time they had the ball in the first half, they took it 62 yards and took up about 6 minutes, over 6 minutes on the clock.
Well, you get keeping that ball back to your fine fullback, number 44, and just play games with he and the quarterback.
On 1st down, Jeselowski up the middle to Bernowski, nothing there.
Well, you got to look at what they're doing now. Garrett is moved up about 1.5 yards, 2 yards closer to the line of scrimmage, and that time he just stepped up and just wailed on Baranowski's head.
The winner of this game definitely has the inside track to that conference championship. Romeoville will travel to Bradley and then host Thornridge and Shepherd to close out the season. Bolingbrook will host Shepherd, and then they're on the road for their final 2 against Revis and Thornridge. They are both 3-0 in the league. Bolingbrook unbeaten on the season and 5-0. Romeoville on a 4-game winning streak. Bernowski now gang tackled down, and we are seeing a little bit more of a flurry on that white jersey Bolingbrook defense.
Well, if Winky said swarm and pound, I think what they're saying, we've got to pound a little harder. That time they're moving up closer to the line of scrimmage. They're shooting the gaps more, and they're penetrating. They're beating right now the Spartans off the ball. But again, Jeselowski hasn't tried to turn a corner yet. Let's see when he takes that ball out of the fullback's pocket and turns that corner.
3rd down and about 8. Romeoville with the 20-7 lead.
I don't think Berdowski want to put this up, but you never know. Reverse.
Reggie Denard. Romeoville has strung this one out, and the Raiders defense has come to play here in the second half.
Well, I'll tell you, he was chased by some fine athletes that time. Marcus Smith and Eric Garrett were just running all over the field that time, trying to make something happen.
Reggie Denard is still down. Let's take a look and see what happened to Reggie at the conclusion of this play.
Again, he's strung out there, and he just gets wailed on. His legs get caught up underneath him.
Denard having a little bit of a conversation with the Bolingbrook sideline, but he is up. And Denard, he will have to come on and do the punting. That's why it was important to make sure he was healthy. Now he's kicking against a strong wind here. We heard Lee talk about how that wind has increased to about 25 miles per hour. Bolingbrook will play for the return.
Boy, it knocked that one down. Oh, he's going to get hit. That may have hit one of the Bolingbrook football players on that one. Boy, that wind just kicked it right back.
Yes,
it got it to the height and just dropped straight down.
Now the Raiders, trailing by 13 points, will have the ball the Romeoville 37. See if we can get a look at this ball just almost stop. You see Nee Hammond.
And it's like 15 yards. Oh, he picked it up. Oh. That's a gutsy chance that time. Could be disastrous. Second time they've had the ball. See if they can move it again.
6:25 to play in the third quarter. Smith on the sweep left. There's gang tackling, but you know what? There's a few bigger holes for Marcus Smith, and he is starting to stretch that yardage out now.
And the key is going back. Look at the crowd. They're just standing up. They're getting pumped up over there on that side, giving that encouragement. And as I said before, pitch right, pitch left. See if Marcus can break one to the short side of the field. Got a nice block there by his lead fullback, and he just twisted and turned for about an 8-yard gain.
Second down and short. Bolingbrook was not in this situation whatsoever in the first half. Now Shinkur in motion.
They go into the short side again. Nothing there.
Smith has the first down to the 25-yard line.
He reminds me of those big backs you find that they get stronger as they run the ball. You remember he only carried the ball 11 times in the first half. In this quarter alone, he's probably carried the ball 6 times, and he's really horsing the ball. The knees are picking up, and the tacklers are bouncing off of it.
From the I formation, Eric Cawthon, the quarterback. Smith again. Smith up the middle. Marcus Smith is one tackle away from breaking this one. That's good for a 7, maybe 8-yard gain on first down.
And that time, Ryan Taylor, the other All-State candidate back there defensively, got an arm out and just tripped up Marcus, that he just showed his strength, breaking tackles and going off tackle. Looked like he might have broke that one. Again, watch the strength. And Delangelo, the fullback, is getting key blocks again. He's coming up there and smashing. He's reading those, and there's that one guy. Wasn't one of those little defensive backs with Marcus coming down at me.
2 yards to go on second down. Smith left side.
Look at this.
To the outside.
Nice move.
Marcus Smith fights. And there you're seeing an All-State running back coming to the surface here. He's down to the 10.
Well, they look mad. They look mad. And they're blocking and running like it's, they know they've got to punch that in the third quarter, so that whole fourth quarter will be up for grabs.
It is a 20-7 lead by Romeoville.
Miss extra points. Extra points. They may be the key to this game.
This ball is at about the 9-yard line. Delangelo with the carry, the fullback up the middle. Delangelo softening up the interior of the defense. He will get to about the 5.
But I saw what Marcus Smith did that time. He just stood there. They gave the ball to the fullback, and Marcus made no fake. The linebackers knew that Marcus didn't have the ball, so they just jumped on top of Delangelo.
I don't know how much money you have in your pocket right now, Mac, but I'd be willing to put it on the table here that Marcus Smith is going to get the ball.
Yeah, I think you're right. And I think he might go to the short side on the pitch again, away from all that stream over there.
5-yard line.
There it is.
Short side.
One man to beat.
Head down.
No, he's short.
Can't get to that pylon.
Well, he's got 2 chances. And what they're doing, they're stringing out wide, they're stretching out with a split side to wide side and coming back to the short side with less men. Delangelo, if he just didn't stumble that time, he got that head of speed, he might have driven those into the end zone that time. Big play.
3-yard line. Third down.
And you know who's going to get it. Good time for Cawthon to pull it out.
He's going to take it himself. Cawthon had a little bit of an opening. He did not get there.
Oh, boy, this is going to be... Boy, oh, boy.
Now what do you do? If there's one man I'd want to give it to, it would be number 20.
And I'd come sliding off tackle. I'd lead with Delangelo and see if the big horse can slide and make somebody miss him for that short yardage. But he's going to run 8 to make 1. He's going to run 8 to make 1.
It is fourth down. Inside the 1. Smith hit. Smith. No call. He's not in.
Oh, my goodness.
He did not make it. This ball's going the other way.
What a stand. What a stand by the Spartans. Everybody in the place knew that Marcus Smith was going to carry the ball. And we'll see the camera, he got grabbed back just as his head was going to go across that goal line. A defensive man reached in and grabbed his shoulder pad and ripped him to the side. But again, how do you see that in all that action where that ball is to be spotted? I tell you, Acton's probably not too happy on that sideline.
Huge play. Smith unable to get a yard on 4th down. And there's that Bolingbrook sideline. About half of their fans had their arms upraised in the air. They thought that baby was a
still
score.
Yelling over there.
That's how close it was.
Wow.
Now that's where Romeoville has to go to work from too.
And Coach Acton, as there's been a timeout made, and some of the guys are starting to question the referees. You have to stay away from those referees. They'll throw you out of there. Sportsmanlike conduct. You're out of there. Is this a charged timeout?
I'm not sure what the delay is.
Well, Phil Acton was in the huddle.
Yep. All right. Now Romeoville has to pound it out of here.
Yeah. Good chance to get a safety here by the Brook if they catch him.
Romeoville leading 20-7.
Oh.
Excellent job by Jezelowski.
Nice job, a hard count.
Oh, and
great job.
There's a senior quarterback right there. And that is a senior offensive line as well that have the discipline to hold their spots.
If you got to move, you got to be late. That's what you tell them when you're going on that second hard count. And you saw the whole right side of the defensive line. Watch the right side of the defensive line. Hut, hut. They just jumping all over the place. You can't blame them. They're tense down there.
Breathing room, 1st and 5, just outside the 5.
They've got to stop them down here if they want a chance.
Simic will get a couple of yards. Now this is an important time on the clock now. You have coming up on 2 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter, a strong wind in the face of Romeoville. The Spartans would love to have a 1st down if for no other reason to be able to stretch that clock out into the 4th quarter and pick up the win.
Well, yeah, they also want to get punting position. Get that ball where they can punt. They're not going to throw it, but they want to get a good punt. The last time they punted, we only knocked down about 15 yards.
They need about 2 yards for a 1st down.
Big play here. See if Garrett's ready for him. He and Smith are going to go to the ball.
Simic
stopped him.
He lost possession of the ball momentarily, I believe. And he definitely did not get the 1st down. It was not a clean handoff.
No. They were flying to the ball that time. We'll watch as they just step up. Garrett and Smith just come right at me. They know where it's going, and they just pile it up.
All right, 3rd down now and a yard.
That offside is really a key now, boy. But this is big-time high school football, and those kids are really coming to the fore with big plays, offensively and defensively.
They need a yard for a 1st down inside the 10. Jezelowski, he has it.
It's extremely tough to stop him from getting a yard with his quick drive, finding that open seam. Puts his head down, bounces off the big bucks of the center, and finds that open seam to his left.
Boy, and how about a sequence of plays down here at the north end of the field? You stop Bolingbrook on 4th and goal inside the 10. You stuff Marcus Smith on 4th and 1, and then you pick up a crucial first down.
Yes.
Now Jezelowski on 1st down will bark it out. And he says, I'll take it up the middle again.
And Vic Garrett just stood him up and kind of Eric turned him up and just slung him down to the ground that time. But again, ball control. They're grinding it out. They're going to get a chance, even if they don't take it all the way down, to kick that ball with that wind to their back.
They have a 13-point lead. They will run one more play here in the 3rd quarter.
They've got to hang on to that football. They can't afford to bobble one down here now, so they may not have that option in the works on this play.
Jezelowski
nice
keeps
fake.
it. Boy, there is some deceptive ball handling there. And now there are some problems on that far side, as you would come to expect with these two rivals.
Late hit. They were just flying at him, and somebody came over the top in his zeal to knock him out of bounds, and the second man is going to get that flag.
You've got to believe there is frustration on that far sideline, and it's right there, and it will be a 15-yard frustration penalty.
Boy, this is the kind of penalty. Missed tackle that time. And he fooled him, and there's somebody piling on top. He's down and out, and two more guys just put their weight on top of him. That's unfortunate.
This drive started back at about the 6-inch line, and it's now worked its way out to the 33.
Has Winky calmed down there? Calmed down some, Lee? Is he really in the game plan now?
He is pacing the sideline like a caged tiger.
He didn't wear those gym shoes he normally wears either.
Last play of the third quarter. Bernowski dropped for a loss, and that will end our third quarter. The Raiders squander a scoring opportunity. Romeoville protecting the 20-7 lead at the end of 3 quarters, looking to break a 5-game winning streak by Bolingbrook over them. Stay with us. Fourth quarter action live from Romeoville coming up. High School. I'm Dave Bernhard, Mac McLaughlin alongside, and on the field is Lee Turnbow.
Key play of the ball game, third quarter, 4th down and goal for Bolingbrook. Marcus Smith tries to go up the middle. Fellas, I'm telling you, he was in.
Oh, give me a break.
No, he was in, talking to the local scribes. We were all sitting on the goal line on the Bolingbrook side. He was in by about 6 inches.
I'm sure Winky, I'm glad Winky's about 20 yards away from you.
Nah.
Wow. Well, we open up the fourth quarter with Dan Simic being stuck at the line.
Boy, there's some hitting in this football game. You've got to enjoy this, fans. These high school kids have come prepared. Their coaches have prepared them, and they're just playing a rock-em, sock-em, clean, hard-nosed football game.
You know, the implications of this game, you know, we've talked about it for weeks. We talked about it on the Sports Zone last Wednesday. It is a great rivalry. I mean, these two programs really don't like each other. I mean, who's kidding who here?
That's
But,
right.
you know, let's look at the bigger picture. You're talking about first place in the conference. We heard Bill Winky in the pregame huddle talk about a top seed in the state playoffs. That's big.
And that's home court advantage when you have that top seed. But the thing about it, these two guys might meet again. The pairings, because of their area, they could be right there again hitting each other.
Third down, a long 8 from the 35. Jezalowski has this one picked off the 40-yard line.
Look out.
He threw that right into the hands of Rich Relaford. Reggie Denard flings him out of bounds, and now Bolingbrook right back in it.
And that should have been a flag on that one if he had one on the other side, just to say what a time to throw the ball. My goodness. But he was open. Jezalowski just puts it up. He's being hammered in there. Nice pick. And watch the out of bounds play. He's out. Bang.
Huge now down to the 20-yard line. It is a 20-7 Romeoville lead.
How quickly things turn in this ball game.
Marcus Smith with the handoff.
Oh,
Smith stays on his feet.
He might go.
Marcus Smith.
Oh, he dropped the ball. They got... What a turn of events. Oh.
Bolingbrook football, no gain.
Wow.
Oh, Bill Winky is berserk.
Wow.
We can get a shot at Bill Winky. He is berserk.
Good gracious, get away from him, guys. He's saying 45 was laying on it. And he might have been right.
Well, it is second down and 10. The Raiders quickly up to the line. Cawthon to pass. Time. Fires. No flags.
I think these referees, they think they're getting caught up in this ball game. They have put the flags away and they become concrete because there's several times here we've not seen plays where the flags should have been and could have been thrown, but were kept in his pocket. A nice two-step drop and watch. There's contact. I mean, that left hand is inside.
They got it. They did get it.
It was a late call. I didn't see the flag over there, but I mean, in all fairness, it was, and it should have been called.
Well, this will be a half the distance penalty.
I think there's going to be a timeout. I think Winky wants to use one of his timeouts to get that defense settled since he's the defensive coordinator.
Oh, we need one up here, too. Boy, intensity has really picked up. Bolingbrook driving for a chance to cut this to a 1-touchdown lead. Romeoville, their first time out here in the second half. We have 10 minutes and 12 seconds left. It is a 20-7 lead, Romeoville over Bolingbrook. And Winky, a conversation with the officials.
And he could draw a 15 for that if he cannot get into the face of the side judge. He must talk to the man in the hat if he wants to use one of his timeouts.
Oh, I said Bill moments ago was berserk. Obviously, I am not. He was in the medical profession.
Totally under control. For Bill Winky,
yes,
he was totally under control.
Let's take a look one more time.
Let's say, what if? What if they scored the touchdown? Watch this one. This is going to be the pass interference call. A little push on him.
And that will set up a 1st and 10 when we come back. Stay there.
If you don't want
10-yard line. Cawthon with the
He's got
keeper.
wide open.
Eric Cawthon will go in for the score from 10 yards out.
Wow. You talking about a turn of events. We come out of that timeout break. They run a bootleg pass, and Cawthon goes in, and he comes unscathed. No one's in the area to touch him.
Take a look at this one. Eric Cawthon, it was just a foot race once he made this fake.
And everybody was on Marcus Smith. And there he goes. He turns the corner, and no one touches him. The whole Romeoville defense was out of line on that one. Big point.
Dan Crapo to add the extra point.
Oh,
Dropped. Crapo.
he's
Trouble.
He's got a wide man. Oh,
Cannot find him. What a huge, huge mistake for Bolingbrook and a break for Romeoville.
oh my goodness.
It is staying at a 7-point difference.
This is what happens in pressure football games. A bad snap. Looked like they weren't lined up properly. And this is one of Coach Acton's strengths, his kicking game.
Cawthon is the holder, never had a chance at
Never
it.
had a chance. But the kicker does a nice job. Oh, did he get kissed on that one?
20-13 is the Romeoville lead.
But
Here's the situation with extra points. Steve Jobin missed the opening extra point, but then Romeoville got that back with a 2-point conversion pass. Crapo for Bolingbrook would add the extra point and made it a 14-7 game, but then when Romeoville scored at the end of the first half, the extra point again by Jobin pulled wide left, 20-7. You're on that 13-point margin. Here is Crapo with the opportunity to cut it to a 6-point lead. Crapo with 24 extra points on the season. This one is mishandled, and it is still a 7-point difference.
Wow. This is a typical Bolingbrook Romeoville game. Everything that could have been, should have been, has happened in this ball game. What if the Brook has scored that first drive? This would be really some rock'em sock'em time. And he's still got 10 minutes and 5 seconds to go.
No kickoffs have gone deep tonight. Nor will this one.
I still think that's a negative. I would kick the ball away from Denar or Taylor, but I would still get it down the field. Of course, he's kicking into that heavy wind.
Yard line is the 35.
Now, what are you going to do here? Are you going to put that ball up again? What's happening? The linebackers squeezing so tight, there's no running room yet. They don't want to go to that option, so they're running dives and power blasts.
First down. Matt Jeselowski, the quarterback. He wants the option.
There it is.
Tough pitch, Simic. Nice catch, Dan Simic. Simic to midfield. That's making something out of nothing. Great hands by Simic.
Terrible play by the defensive end on that time, and it's a good thing that Eric Garrett came back a long way, but that was a nice toss by Jeselowski. Watch him ride the fullback and get on the corner. This is called going downhill on the ride, and just as number 5 hits him, he gets that ball off, and then he goes down, and here comes Garrett trying to knock that ball out, but Simic had a tight hold on it. Big play.
Simic has a pair of touchdowns tonight, and now he has a 16-yard gain into Bolingbrook territory. Bernowski plugs the middle for 3.
And And the time is what's important. Not only are you going to score, but you're going to keep that ball away from Marcus Smith and that fine Bolingbrook offense.
Go around.
Clock winding down to 9 minutes. It will be 9 minutes when we snap this ball. 20-13. Romeoville the lead. The Spartans have not beaten Bolingbrook in the 90s. Last win came in 1989. Second down 8.
Look for the turnovers.
Jeselowski drops the ball.
Oh, there's a wrestling match in there.
Now Bolingbrook thinks they have it,
Now
but nope, third down.
And these are the things that are going to happen somewhere along the line. If you notice the last, even on that opposite pitch, the ball was parallel with Simic, dangerous. And here now he's going out again, and the ball's mixed up. The fullback hung on to it too long that time, creating a mismatch and a fumble.
Jeselowski now will get the play from Jim Baderas, and they have to watch themselves time-wise here. Bolingbrook fans to their feet across the way. It is third down and 10.
If they've got a reverse or inside counter, they just run all day. He's got plenty of time. Oh, that's a hold. He's
Downfield, wide open. First down inside the 15. There are no flags down. He finds his big tight end, Keith Olson.
And that may be the play that breaks the back of the Brook.
36-yard pass on third down to Keith Olson.
And Bill Winkie, right now, I think he just hyperventilates so much, he's got to take some deep breaths down there as some of the kids are going around. That was a great call by Jimmy Brzezinski. Great job by Jeselowski that time.
For Olson, only his fourth reception of the season. 36 yards on third down and 10.
They haven't put it in there yet now. They've got to stick this one in.
Ball's on the 13-yard line. Deep back, plows through.
Looks like Ryan Taylor went back to the...
Yeah, that is Taylor.
To the tailback position. They're going all out this time. They're putting their big-time ball players to hang on that football and just grind it out.
He will get to the 10-yard line. A gain of 3, second and 7.
This drive started at 10:05. It's now 7-11 and counting.
Boy, what a clutch pass from the senior to the senior. Jeselowski to Olson.
And that's confidence. The last time he threw, he went right into a Bolingbrook hand.
Taylor again. He hits the hole hard. There are 22 young men out there right now, Mac, that are just giving everything they have.
This is all, and the sad thing about it is that they give all this, they've got to do it next week. The losers got to come back. It's not sad, but it's just a supreme effort that you're going to give out, and you can't fault any one team for losing. No team out there is a loser. These kids have played one whale of a football game, and this is not going to make the season. It'll make it better for the winner, but the loser is still in the hunt.
Ball's at the 9-yard line. It's third down 6. Here's a big play.
Will he dare throw it again? No, he's going for a touchdown.
Rich Bernowski. They were keying. Take a look at Bill Winkie at midfield. They were keying on Jeselowski, and Bernowski goes in untouched.
Well, I see why Bill Winkie's getting grayer hair. He just wears himself into a frenzy there, just like his kids. And that time, they didn't even know Bernowski had the ball. Bernowski had the ball. He went in, and the cornerback looked right at him and didn't realize he had control of the ball for that touchdown. Great fake.
That's the second touchdown run of the night for Rich Bernowski. Simic has 2. The lead is now stretched to 26-13. Steve Jobin is on for the extra point. Roy McDaniel is his holder.
And these still are important points.
13-point difference. Jobin has missed twice tonight. It's a good snap, a good placement, and Jobin puts this one through. Once again, Romeoville has answered the call. Twice in this game, Bolingbrook has come back with scores to turn the momentum around, but Romeoville has answered both times. The last time in the first half, they go on a 6-minute march. Dan Simic with a 20-7 lead at the half, and here, Bernowski from 9. We're not done from Romeoville yet. Well, we open up the fourth quarter. Romeoville very quickly attempting an onside kick, maybe, or did he just miss it? Anyway, it didn't not go the farther and far enough to make it happen. Lee, what do you have?
I tell you what, a little confusion again on the extra point for Romeoville. Coach Winke's calling timeout, screaming. Imagine you couldn't hear Bill Winke screaming, but they did, and they went and kicked the extra point, went for 1. He wanted to go for 2. That could be a big ball game, or a big play in the ball game here later on.
He has total control. Oh, wow. And that is out of control right there.
"27 points have been scored here by Romeoville in this game, and is often the custom. And actually, you see this more at college games. Have people doing some push-ups. Members of the band, get down there.
Hey, they were undressed too. They took those hot jerseys off. That's great.
Bill Winke on the field now with his defensive unit. Did Romeoville just call a timeout? If so, it would be their second of the half. And we do have a timeout on the field. It comes with 6:07 to play. We've not had a play from scrimmage run here. And there was no penalty marked off here. Evidently there was confusion all around. So it's still 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line.
And this is the kind of games you dream about playing in and coaching in. And I think, you know, you live these down, and Coach Acton has had 6 in a row where he's come out on top, and now Winke is really relishing. But I would say, don't get happy yet, because that ball is still bouncing around out there. And with Marcus Smith, he can go anytime.
Well, now you get to see the offensive philosophy here. You know, will they just keep it with Smith and hope he breaks the big one, or do you go for that quick strike right now? They will go to from the shotgun, yeah. 4 receivers out of the pattern.
But you know, he's got plenty of room.
Cawthon on the run, nearly caught, nearly intercepted, incomplete pass.
Well, you got Ryan Taylor sitting back there, free safety, and he should have picked that one off. He's bending down now. He's really taking a toll out there, playing offense, defense, punt team, punt return team, kickoff return team. He's played a full game.
Well, Lee, I'm coming down to you after this play. We're going to talk about the wind. It is ripping through the press box here, and Cawthon's throwing against it.
Well, he's just throwing.
Over the middle, he's got his man. First down to the 30-yard line. He finds Eric Garrett.
I don't think there's a scheme. He's got 3 guys down. He just threw that ball over the top of someone.
Lee, does this matter?
No, it doesn't. I tell you what, the way he throws the ball over the top of a nice tight spiral, but as you're looking at this ball game, it is blowing right in his face.
First down, quickly to the line. They need 2 touchdowns to tie.
Got him again.
Inside the 20, or is this intercepted? Incomplete pass. All right, we did not get a good look. Maybe we can catch something on a replay here. Romeoville thought they picked this one off. The official's very slow. Let's take a look.
I think Winke's going to come out there and...
Here's a look at it. Well, we lost it. Okay, now we'll take a look. From the 30-yard line.
Wow.
Ooh.
Boy, if he hung on to that, he's got it.
That would have been Keith Olson. Cawthon in the pocket.
He's gonna get gripped.
He is. He's down. It will be 3rd and 11.
Well, he ought to just take off and run. He's got a first down. There's nobody underneath him. If he just takes off and runs, he's going to get big yardage.
Well, and you know, it's a sophomore quarterback. You know, he has to understand that, you know, you take what you can get. There's still 5 minutes left.
He's got to take that ball, and he took a lick that time.
Chris Mooney, number 54, got a piece of him. And we have a Bolingbrook Raider down. Let's listen in. Now in the offensive huddle.
Shade here and the tail of the all right, you got ball on the freaking ball, okay? And be ready for an overshift.
That looks like more of a special team situation there, and making his way off the field. And looks none too good for Mr. Tom Murray. He's a 5'10", 190-pound senior. We have 5 minutes and 22 seconds to play.
And there'll be a lot of sore bodies after this football game.
Ball at the 32-yard line. 3rd and 11. The Raiders have gone to the shotgun on this series, trailing by 2 touchdowns.
Oh,
Pressure from Zembrowski.
he's got to get it up.
Cawthon, the lefty.
Jump ball. He
And
caught it.
Bolingbrook makes the reception.
Oh.
Who was in there with it? Was that Nee Hammond?
Again, it's just like jump ball down there. They just throw it up, and 3 Raiders crowd around and see if they can catch it.
Take a look. Let's see who comes up with this one.
Shin Kerr, maybe.
Still, no, it's not Shin Kerr. It might be Marcus Smith.
Okay.
First and goal from the 5. This is the big one. Smith.
He's going
Touchdown.
in. As I said, it ain't over yet.
4:57. Marcus Smith. 5-yard touchdown run.
Big decision. Get to 2 or 1.
It is a 27-19 lead, an 8-point difference. Extra points have been an adventure tonight and the difference in this game, or at least they could be. Crapo will bring the tee out. The holder is Cawthon. The Raiders drove 48 yards from this touchdown. Marcus Smith finishes it off from 5 yards out.
Nice running.
There was no denying him on that one. Smith with a 62-yard run and now a 5-yard run. You remember back in the 3rd quarter, he was stopped on 4th and goal. Lee gave us the report that he felt that Smith was in on that particular one, and how about that for a big call now and looking back. But this is a big extra point right here. It was a bad snap the last time. Good snap, place, kick.
Right through.
Good. 7-point difference with 4:57 to play.
You know, this has been a great game with a bowl of popcorn and a couple of Pepsi sitting next to me in the den there, just put my feet up, just going wild watching this game, because this is an exciting football game. This is what it's all about, the whole package right here tonight at Romeoville Field.
And you are getting it live here on Channel 15.
It's going to be tough getting out of the parking lot. And the people on the sidelines, I don't know if they got any control. They'll just rush the field, whoever side wins. And Cal and the Buck is in trouble down there. I mean, they're surrounding his wagon.
And Lee will have interviews for us immediately following this game, so he will have his work cut out for him as well. 4:57. That's the time on the clock. 7-point lead for Romeoville. Each time in this game, and it's been twice, Bolingbrook has cut this margin to a touchdown. Romeoville has come back and answered. And now it's the ultimate time for the Spartans.
Well, the silver and the gray, both these guys they've matched each other tat for tat in this ball game. Now we come down to the final moments. Another onside kick.
Takes a nice
Look
hop.
out.
This is Rich Bernoski. And they are looking to strip the ball. Bernoski hanging on, and the ball out to the 40.
And now the timeouts are going to be important. Who had that last timeout? Was it Bolingbrook or Romeoville will be a key. We didn't get a single on that, so.
In fact, Lee, do you have an idea as to who the timeout situation? We didn't see who that last timeout who had called it. If it was Romeoville, we had them for 2 timeouts. What's your
That's
read?
correct. Romeoville has 1 timeout left, as far as I know.
Okay.
Well, just reach up and grab that line judge and make sure. Just grab his card out of his pocket and see what's going on.
All right, buckle up the straps, folks.
Oh, boy.
First down from the 40.
And Jaslowski's make big play after big play all night.
Rich Bernoski has a hole.
Oh.
Bernoski will not go down. Look at this. Look at this. Rich Bernoski. Oh, baby.
You gotta believe. What a run. That's a highlight feature right there. And this place is going nuts.
This should be a 4-yard run at the most.
And he's hit, and he should have been down right there. Another missed tackle. He just turns it on, and someone come from the blind side way across the field to grab hold of him and prevent him from going in.
43 yards on the run by Bernoski.
And boy, that took the powder out of the puff that time.
The ball at the 17-yard line of Bolingbrook. Ryan Taylor gets the pitch. Taylor would have liked to have stayed in bounds. Bolingbrook saw to it that he stopped the clock with 3:44 left.
But you know, these kids have not stopped hitting each other. They'll keep banging, and they live next door. We were just talking to Bernowski's father before the game. They live in Bolingbrook's area, but they go to Romeoville because of the boundaries. So these kids are neighbors closer than you think.
Second down. Gain of a yard to the 16.
Can't afford to fumble this ball down here.
Bernoski.
Oh. It balls down.
Junior fullback will drive it inside the 15. He's at about the 13.
That ball was out.
Take a look at it here.
Another just fullback dive counter.
Boy, if he dropped it, it came right back up to him. Third and about 5.
Will he throw it? Oh. Here comes the up there.
Gives it to Bernoski. He will be short. Flag down. Now what happened in that pile?
That's going to be a face mask. 3 guys on top of it. Yeah, he's grabbing his face. There it is.
That is huge. Huge. As Phil Acton looks on.
Bernowski's made great runs all night. And boy, if they got hold to it, it was awful quick. We couldn't see that in the replay.
It would have been 4th down and about 4. Instead, 1st and goal inside the 5. We will call it the 4-yard line. 27-20 Romeoville, the ball and a 7-point lead under 3 minutes to play. Kozlowski himself. Very close, but he has set it up to be a 2nd and goal from about the 1. He has quick feet. He's a little guy, and he's run this offense beautifully tonight.
And he can find a tiny crack to his right and just pushes his way about 6 inches away from that touchdown that's going to seal this football game.
Second down goal. A delay.
Oh, wow.
This came from the back, Judge. Ooh. There's a little bit of a difference when it's 2nd and goal from about the 1-foot line and 2nd and goal from the 5.
And you're absolutely right. That means somebody may have to hand the ball off, and you don't want to have the ball too far away from Kozlowski. And that's when a strip, the ball's on the ground. Remember, Marcus Smith is still on that field. And Eric Garrett.
All right, 2nd down goal. We're under 2 minutes in this game.
And they've been told to hug that football.
Bernoski. He will get inside at 3, and Bolingbrook may be thinking about using some timeouts now.
Well, they're not calling it quick enough if they are. There it is now.
It'll be 3rd down and goal from the 3.
And watch how Baranowski's got both hands on that football when he's going down. They're reaching and grabbing and clawing and scratching underneath there, but he's a strong young man.
Well, let's take a look back at our top jocks for this evening. Every game, before each game, we pick who we think will turn out to be the star of the game. We mentioned Mac had 3 correct picks out of 5 games this year. Lee and I both had 1. I took Marcus Smith. Lee had Matt Jeselowski. Mac took Eric Garrett. And I will say right now, Mac, unless you disagree, I've got to give it to Jeselowski. I think he has just run this Romeoville offense to perfection. Unless Marcus Smith runs for 2 touchdowns here in the last 2 minutes, I like to chop Jeselowski.
I don't want to give Lee anything. Well, I can't believe he didn't go Jeselowski in the line. You mean he's going to get a legitimate win? Good job, Lee. I agree.
Yep. Comments, Mr. Turnbow?
No, I just will take my victory with, you know.
Oh, humble pie.
Yes, humble pie. But and actually, I tell you what, this is a very big play here because if they don't score right now, you know, Bolingbrook, I mean, when you have Marcus Smith back there, you have a loaded pistol.
You said it.
3rd and goal from the 3. 7-point lead for Romeoville. They have the ball.
Hard count. He's trying to get him offside.
Dan Simic, he will be short. He runs into about 4 white jerseys.
And watch who gets up on top. If he ever gets up.
Timeout number 2 called by the Brook with 91 seconds left.
Boy, nice hit that time. That was good football. And the clock is going out, so we're getting, our time is on the screen there. Watch again. That's Eric Garrett, number 44, right there, just tackling high and driving him straight back.
Now a very interesting situation.
That's the 2nd timeout by Bolingbrook, so they've got it, they hustle in. If they stop them to get that ball, then they got to throw it a pitch. 1 timeout, 95 yards away. That's a long way. Except when you get Marcus Smith to carry it.
Well, you remember that face mask penalty here that kept this drive moving, kept the clock rolling.
Absolutely, absolutely.
This whole thing was set up, though, by a 43-yard run by Rich Bernowski on the very first play of this drive. All right, here we go. It is 4th down and goal.
Jeselowski on the corner.
Jeselowski, the keeper. Jeselowski, the touchdown.
Well, he's earned everything, and we said him pick the clickers right. Matt Jeselowski's just had a fabulous football game. I'm kind of worried about Bill Winkie. He's gotten so hyper down there. They're patting him on the back. Oh, a fake.
They will run a fake here.
Oh, another.
So the difference will be 13, 33-20. Romeoville the lead. 33 points scored against the Bolingbrook Raiders. Matt Jeselowski, his first touchdown of the night, his 9th of the season, and Matt called it.
They didn't have a clue on who had that ball. They thought the fullback was going to take it. He took it right out. Number 5 tackle the fullback. Nobody on the corner.
Oh, can we see that replay one more time, that last replay we just saw, because you would almost swear you saw the ball in Bernowski's hands for about 2 steps. That is what the defense was seeing. You were right there down on the field. Here it is.
Riding the football right in his gut.
He's got the ball. I mean, he's got the ball.
He gave it back. Yeah, he did. He gave it back to him. I was talking about sleight of hand. Holy cow.
They were playing with 2 footballs out there. What a fabulous game here from Romeoville. Push-ups going on, down on the track.
He's not going to make it, Lee.
You get that nowhere else but Channel 15 here in Will County.
I thought Lee was going to help him out.
No chances on a return here.
A reverse.
Looking to reverse, and the Romeoville Spartans run right into it.
Well, I think the Spartans may have gotten this ball. Well, it's time to try everything, and the ball's bouncing around crazy. Oh, he ran right into it. He's lucky the ball bounced right back into his gut.
Time to head back into the shotgun and let her fly. Bolingbrook has 1 timeout remaining.
Yeah, he's going.
Cawthon trying to make it happen on his own.
Got to get out of bounds. Ooh, the ball's down.
So is Cawthon. He is at the 30.
And you're out of those timeouts, so you got to do it without a huddle.
Time. Cawthon cranks it.
He's going to get it.
Yes, sir. Back for the ball is Marcus Smith. Smith tried to cut it back in. You know, Mac, and if he'd have stayed out, I think he would have had it.
Yep.
Player down. Back at the 25-yard line, it's Rob Rose, an offensive tackle.
And that's going to stop the clock. And Kaplan does a good job of running around in the backfield here. He's just looking for a Hail Mary to throw up. He slips a little bit and just heaves it up, and watch Marcus come back to catch that ball again. If you, like you said, if he'd kept it to the wide side and just use it, but he needed to get out. He had a chance to get out of bounds also, because that clock is the key right now, and he's really tired.
And the only reason this clock is stopped is because Rob Rose is down at about the 25-yard line. You could catch just a little bit of it on the replay. Kind of got rolled up with about 3 or 4 different players. Rob Rose, 6'2", 265-pound senior, 2-year starter at right tackle. Getting that right knee looked at. And see if we can see. You will see it, I believe, on the far left part of your screen. A little pile there.
Yeah. Wow. And Bolingbrook has lost 1 starter already. This will be a second offensive lineman. The season is still games down the road.
Welcome to Channel 15, everybody. There's a dude that wants to be in the zone. Yeah, you just tell us you want to be there. We'll get you there. We'll see you in the zone. You see a guy with a little thing hanging on his shoulder like that? Tap him on the shoulder. He's a dude. Mike McEwen, our sports producer.
I think the doctor's helping the injured player off. They better get some of the football players. Rose is too big for him.
Rob was a guest of ours on the Sports Zone this past week, and we were told that 265 pounds is a little bit low for the big guy.
Oh, I would say. But thank goodness he walked off with pretty much, and he's walking his own out there.
We're not done yet. Still 48 seconds to play.
Do you think?
You want to make things happen. This is
Hammond. Out of bounds.
Hammond looks for the out-of-bounds stripe. Will he get there? Yes, and he'll be inside the 15.
Oh, could you believe this unbelievable finish?
Raiders are spreading the field here.
What if? You know, it's one of those games that you can play over and over again. 36 seconds. There's an onside kick. Wow.
Ball at about the 14-yard line. They will wait till the chains are set. They start it up. Clock moving.
Oh, he's got a blitz. He's open again. He's got a
knee. Hammond.
Go in.
What's his call? Out of a touchdown.
Holy smokes.
Knee Hammond. 28 seconds left.
I'm getting excited now, but I'll tell you, it got suddenly quiet on this side of the field. Not a pin was heard out here from the stands. As Calton did a great job of just marching down the field. Think about it now. You have 20. Set the scenario up, Dave, because this could be, wow.
33-26, a 7-point difference. Dan Crapo, big extra point here with 28 seconds left.
And they're short a man. Oh, my goodness. Take your time. You can kick a field goal that far.
Crapo up. Crapo through. Folks, it's a 6-point lead. 33-27. neither team will go away from each other.
Boy,
Wow.
you're right. They just won't quit. I think Winky might get up there on the front five and try to get this. Look at him. He's as intense as he was at 7:30, and it's now 10:03 with 28 seconds to go.
Nee Hammond was thinking of going out of bounds. I know he was.
Yep.
Until he shakes loose from Eric Mays, and the Raiders just didn't get a hand to push him out of bounds.
They relaxed. They relaxed. They thought he was out.
Where 43 was Keith Olson. He had an opportunity to shove him out. Hammond, the touchdown, and now just a 6-point difference. And it will be all up to the kicking team for Bolingbrook, the receiving team for Romeoville.
And this is why you practice this every day. If you're a varsity coach, you make sure your kicking team is 25 to 30% of your game. They're going to call a timeout.
Romeoville takes their last timeout. That's how important this one is.
Exactly. And I think you're absolutely right. I think Winky's down on his knees down there. No, the special team coach is going to handle this one.
John Krebs is down inside of that huddle.
And a lot of sure hands are going to be out there. Might get Jeslowski out there.
Yes, exactly. You know, and you look at this and you say, you know, my goodness, isn't that something we talk about, the great plays offensively, defensively, that this really will come down to who can execute the best right here.
Right.
I mean, granted, if Bolingbrook recovers, they still have to go about 45 yards for a possible win. Huge crowd here. You know, if you take a look at those far stands, a lot of Bolingbrook people left. Those stands were packed about a half an hour ago.
I'll tell you, you couldn't ask for anything more. Well, we'd like to have this repeated. Let's hope the Steelmen and the Porters give us this same kind of effort next week.
Ball has to go 10 yards, you know. And let's see, Romeoville will put 5 men on the front line. Ball teed up on the right hash.
And there are 9 men on the right-hand side of the kicker.
Here we go.
Well, he kicked it hard. He tried to hit somebody with it.
Romeoville will cover it up. Interesting. Mac, he was looking not to just dribble it and get a good hop. He was looking to make contact.
He wanted a line drive, and you practice that. You can do either two things, dribble it like you say, or try to hit one of the offensive linemen and get a ricochet off of it and see if you're going to recover it. Boy, and Jimmy Brodersky is just screaming out there, trying to get the attention.
All right, they will just fall on it. Ryan Taylor is very deep. He is just a safety back there to prevent anything crazy from happening, a fumble return. Look at this offensive line packed together.
I remember a Bear game in St. Louis against the Cardinals in this ball. Yeah.
Jeselowski down. The clock running. 1989 was the last time the Romeoville Spartans defeated the Bolingbrook Raiders. The first win in the 90s comes tonight in Romeoville. Let's head down to Lee Turnbow. Lee.
Thanks. Coach Winky, your kids played outstanding in the first half, offense especially. What a great game plan.
Well, we knew we started preparing for this 2 weeks ago, and we made a commitment on all parts that the drought was done. We weren't leaving this field without leaving. I wish the score is not indicative of the job we did tonight. We did a few wrong things there in the second half, let them get some touchdowns. They never gave up. I mean, people got their money's worth, and guess what? The monkeys off the back, we finally got the Raiders.
Bernowski, hell of a game.
It was an awesome. I mean, the offensive line got their job done. I'll tell you what, that's as great a defense, solid a defense as we played in a while. It was really textbook early on, and I can't say enough about the job our entire staff did and our coaches. I'm just super proud for Romeoville, the high school, and the kids and the team, and what more could I say?
Congratulations, go join your team. You heard it there, fired up Coach Bill Winky. They broke the drought. What a ball game. Dave?
33-27 the final score. We're coming back to Romeoville. We're not done. We're still live from the Ville. Back at Romeoville High School, it's been a live production here by Channel 15. We have been looking forward to this one for the entire season, Mac, how many times can you truly say that everything lives up to its hype and even more?
Oh, this was just great. This is the kind that you replay over and over again, and give credit to both teams. The Brook was up to it, but the Spartans took it over the hump and did it. They got the monkey off their back, like Bill said, but you watch, the Brook will be back, and now they got to look down the line and win the rest of the football game to get themselves in situation.
All right, let's back up and tell you the situation a little bit here. Bolingbrook now falls to 5-1 overall. They are 3-1 in the Sika Gray Conference with 3 games remaining. Romeoville, on the other hand, they are also 5-1, but they are 4-0 in the conference. And we heard Bill Winke in his huddle prior to the game talk about, and both coaches knew this, how crucial this was to the playoffs. Both teams figure to win their final 3 games of the season.
And they think they have a legitimate shot at it, so they know they want that home field advantage.
That is a happy bunch of Romeoville Spartans right there. Yeah, that monkey was pretty heavy on Bill Winke's back the last 5 years. Bolingbrook has won this game. But tonight it was Romeoville getting things started early. And before we recap the scoring, let's head down to Lee. He's somewhere down there, Lee.
Oh, I'm going to see who, Manny. I'm with quarterback Matt Jalowski. And Manny, I talked to Coach Winke after the ball game. What a great offensive game plan you guys had coming into the ball game.
That's for sure. We just execute. Our offense came out, executed the way we want to. Just kept on pounding them. And it all worked out. There's nothing better than this. Nothing better than this.
Aside from the rivalry, it feels great to beat Bolingbrook, but now it puts you in the driver's seat in the conference race.
That's for sure. I'm so confident right now. I know this is just a big pickup for our team, and I think things are just going to roll from here.
Defensively, the defense did a great job shutting down Marcus Smith.
Yeah, they did. We had intense practices all week, and it just proved it right there. You know, you play like you practice. So they just did great.
From the first ball game of the year, the loss against Thornton, until now, the big victory against Bolingbrook, a lot of improvement on your ball club's part.
Oh, yeah. Well, like, after we had lost to Thornton, I think it was a big wake-up call right there. We realized that we couldn't just come out and roll teams like we thought we would. We've just been working hard at practice, and things are going to work out for us good in the long run.
Congratulations, you guys are on a roll. Go join your teammates.
Thanks a lot.
Down here with the very happy Matt Jalowski. Back up to you.
Okay, thank you very much, Lee. Matt Jalowski with a crucial touchdown late. Of course, he engineered the drives. You know, his 3-yard touchdown run with 1:27 left made it a 33-20 ball game. You figured, hey, this one is in the bag. It's safe. But then Nee Hammond comes back with that 14-yard pass reception. A couple of touchdowns tonight for Dan Simic, also for Rich Bernowski. Marcus Smith had that 62-yard touchdown run, and again, that controversial stop at the goal line, which really, you know, it's hard to say what happens at that point, but that was a huge turnaround down there.
You're exactly right. That was the ball game. You're talking 6 inches where you marked the ball. You had 2 guys on the line. They put the left foot out on the right foot, and that turned over. But there were any number of plays in that ball game that could have turned it around. The extra points on both sides were keys. The kickoffs were keys. It was just a whale of a football game played by both sides.
You know, there were 3 times in this game that Bolingbrook cut a 2-touchdown lead down to 1, and every single time on the very next possession, Romeoville took the ball down the length of the field, and that, Mac, is a sign of character.
Sign of great character, and let's go back and give credit to. These are 2 excellent programs. Their coaching staff, Coach Clay at Romeoville, as athletic director, they did a great job, and the kids are an outstanding example of what young people can do.
And you know who else did a great job tonight? Our entire production crew here for Channel 15 here at Romeoville High School, bringing you this live production. What a beauty it was. The final score, Romeoville 33, Bolingbrook 27. We know you enjoyed this one. For Lee Turnbow and Mac McLaughlin, I'm Dave Bernhard. A beauty here on 15. We'll see you next week.